the first few passes at the script were about the whole summer. And then at a certain point, we were like, maybe we could just squeeze this all into one day. And then we were like, well, but that wouldn't make sense. We're like, so what?
All right, welcome to This Week in Nerd History, a podcast where we take a look at all the fun, dumb, nerdy stuff from the past, present, and future. I'm Mike. Joining me as always, we've got AJ and Sal. How you guys doing?
So good and sweating profusely.
Perfect. We've got a very special guest with us today from the state, role models. They came together, and of course, Wet Hot American Summer, writer-director David Wain.
Well, hello.
It's we're over here on the East Coast, it's like soup outside.
What, in New York?
AJ and I are in Connecticut, and then Sal is in Jersey.
I lived on the East Coast for 26 years, and I miss it quite a bit.
Really? Whereabouts?
Have you heard of New York City? It's southeastern New York State.
I usually fly over it.
Yeah, if you take the Cross County Parkway and then go down after that, you'll see it.
I'll have to check it out. It sounds interesting. Thanks again for joining us. It's perfect timing with the 25th anniversary of Wet Hot American Summer. And just to make sure I want to mention it now, it's if you haven't seen it for whatever reason, you can stream it on Peacock. But it's also getting a nationwide theatrical re-release on August 14th, which is amazing. Yeah,
I would say that's the place to see it. You can see it in a theater near you that's all over the country for about a week. And if you have seen Wet Hot American Summer, you're a fan, but you haven't had a chance to see it in a theater with other people laughing, you have not seen it. It's like such a great experience, I got to say. Yeah,
that's got to be amazing because for me, like I've only really experienced it in the living room or whatever, but like seeing it with a crowd of everybody who like loves and appreciates the movie's got to be something special for sure.
It really is a thrill, I got to say. I mean, I just think, I feel like any comedy, our new movie, Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass, similarly, it's just like, to be in a room with other people laughing, that's to me a better reason to make an effort to go see it to a theater than an action movie, just because there's just that communal experiencing is the biggest with a comedy.
Getting Gail in the theaters too, that's a big deal. I mean, the movie theater or movies in general, it seems like having a comedy in the theaters is such a rarity nowadays. So that's something special.
Oh, yeah. Ours is a low budget, non-IP, original comedy. It never dreamed it would go to theaters. I'm thrilled that it did. It was just really so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff that we'd love to talk to you about today. I'd love to start with Wet Hot American Summer. Speaking of theaters, I mean, when it came out, it wasn't a big hit, but then like it found its audience and now it's become this, comedy cultural touchstone. Was there like a moment, or what was the moment like when you kind of realized like, oh, this is ongoing, like this isn't going anywhere?
I think, I mean, as you mentioned, it really, critics were hostile, audiences didn't go. It was basically dumped out in a few theaters and was over. And then DVD came out about a year, or whenever it came out, and then that also was like a non-event. And then maybe a year after that is, from the thing I remember, is that somebody had a midnight screening in Midtown Manhattan, and I went to that and saw that it was packed to the gills and people were dressed in costumes and just bouncing off the walls with energy and excitement and enthusiasm for this movie. And I was just like, what? and I was like, okay, maybe this is maybe something's not over with this, and it just kept growing from there. It's wild.
Yeah, my first experience with the movie was in college. Somebody showed it to me and it became like this thing where we would hang out and watch Wet Hot, like just a full group of people slammed into one room watching and laughing. And so it felt like a little mini theater whenever we watched it. And I don't know, that was around the same time that it came out. So I feel like maybe that's what was happening all over the country, that people were watching this film at home with their friends, and it just became this thing that people became obsessed with.
One of the greatest compliments I've received over the years about it is that it's like this litmus test for who are cool, and who am I in sync with, If you like this movie, then you and I can hang, kind of thing.
Yeah. And if you haven't heard of it, then we'll give you a chance. You can
right.
watch it and we'll see if you like it. But I'll be staring at you the whole time to check and make sure that you're
constantly
laughing.
judging. Yes.
What did you think of that non-joke? What did you think of that?
What did you think of that awkward pause?
I was looking back at the filming and production of Wet Hot. It was famously difficult production with like the weather and the constant rain and stuff.
Sure was.
Combine that with like a small budget. Were there like things that you were like forced to do, like parts of the movie that you're forced to change in order to just like work around? Like, we have to get some stuff done, but this isn't going to work with whatever's going on.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really have to change anything except for every second of every day. We basically like, to one degree or another, every single scene we intended, the idea was for A, and then we had to change it to B because either the rain or no time or some other external obstacle. But in so many cases, which I learned over the years is so good, that necessity becomes the mother of a more elegant solution or another chance to think it through or understand what the real goal is or pick what's important. And so, sometimes those are gifts, but we definitely, from one that just popped in my head is when Ken Marino and Marissa Ryan are kissing and he's about to drive the van away with the kids. It was so rainy and muddy and the van was so old that the van would not start to save. There's no chance. So we eventually just gave up on it. And so if you watch the finished movie, he never drives it. He's just, you hear the sound of him starting it up, and then he's like, we made it into a joke where he's like, it's not starting yet. That's just like pretty much every scene has at least something like that.
That's so crazy. I love that.
And that's not unique to that movie. I mean, that's indie filmmaking a lot of times.
Yeah.
Speaking of the van, I was going to ask at a different point, but the scene when the van gets crashed into the tree. This is a slightly different topic, but one of my favorite parts in the movie is when Joe Trulio is describing what Ken Marino is doing when he's saving the cameras like off screen. Was that one of those instances, or was that always like the plan of like, it's funny to just have
that was a little bit more earlier in the scripting where we realized there was no chance we were going to portray what is implied to be happening, and so we decided to lean into that and make a joke out of the fact that you don't get to see it.
You did it.
Which is funny. What the memory I have about that though is the fact that we did even shoot these kids at the precipice of a waterfall, and that was not a VFX or anything. That was just literally some people out there in Pennsylvania tying a raft to something in the bottom of the thing and then putting all these kids in there. I can't believe we did that. It was literally and we're like, what parents were like, sure.
Yeah,
like,
sure, why not?
Put my kid out there in the middle of the night. It'll be fine.
And I remember telling the kids, scream like you're really terrified. And they couldn't because they were so genuinely terrified that they were just like, And so we had to put in later the sound of them actually screaming.
Oh my God.
Despite all of the rain that was happening on the production, I think you said like 24 out of 28 days, like a good solid 90% of the time raining. I feel like there's only 2 or 3 shots where it's obvious that it's raining in the movie, where it's like in the background outside of a window or something. Did you guys just like do a lot of cheating? I feel like there are even times in the behind the scenes where you say like, oh yeah, it was pouring during this shot, but I don't see like actors looking like wet and harrowed. Like everybody looks really great. Even like, especially like Michael Ian Black is wearing this bright white shirt and it continues to be white and clean throughout the entire movie. And I'm just wondering, like, did you just have like tons of costume changes? Was it like, what was that like?
A lot of those costumes were, bought at, thrift shops in Pennsylvania. And so there was like just one of them. But the answer to your question is it's really just a combination of sometimes when you shoot in the rain, you don't really see it if it's just sort of coming down evenly and it just doesn't show up on film. And then most of it though was just dodging the rain. Like, oh my God, it's sunny for an hour. Let's go get as much as we can at this outside. And then a lot of scenes were just moved inside. The scene where they're sitting in the goat shack switching shirts was supposed to be out in the middle of the woods by the campfire site. And, many other scenes were like Paul Rudd and Marguerite Moreau talking before breakfast was supposed to be outside somewhere, but we put it under the deck of the dining hall so that it was pouring rain, and then we replaced the sound later, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When we shot the Kenyan runner doing Capture the Flag, there was a storm coming in that was like biblical, and they knew it was coming in any second, and we set up this shot as fast as we possibly could. And then if you watch the actual movie, you can see there's this cloud 30 feet behind the runner. And that's exactly what happened. We said cut. I wish I'd find that raw footage somewhere. We said cut, and then within seconds, the whole place was like, sheeting down.
Was this your first, at the scale?
I had directed many things in terms of like student films and a lot of sketches for the state and basically that. And then, but I had never worked with an actual crew where it's like, okay, roll camera, roll sound. Like I didn't even know how that worked. I had to ask. So it was the first time working on a real set.
Wow.
Or even being on a real set.
And so many people had said that you just seem so natural and very welcoming to everyone. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly took to it. I felt like this was a job I liked, and I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a long time ago.
So I had a quick question about, you said that most of your costumes were just thrifted in Pennsylvania, which is insane to think because I feel like they're so iconic for what they are. Were any of them preserved in any way?
Great question. I actually don't know the answer to that question. Maybe I have not seen, I have no memory or evidence that any actual originals of those costumes were ever preserved. I mean, the original costume designer I do know then went on to do Michael Showalter's first film, The Baxter, but she was fired halfway through. So I don't know.
Oh, no.
There was an incident that happened on the set of The Baxter. We were doing a dinner table scene, and I remember what happened was that something spilled on one of the costumes in the scene, and this particular costume designer's reaction to it was basically freaking out. It's like it's all about her, and instead of trying to solve it, and it was she was immediately fired.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it for sure.
In Wet Hot, you play a lot with accelerated timelines between the counselors all going into town for an hour and it just being days worth of montage of things, and at the end, Beth being pregnant immediately and Molly Shannon's character Gail getting married within a week. This is all very absurd, very fun kind of thing that I feel like is kind of something that comes up in a lot of your stuff. Was there something in your past that was an influence onto this kind of accelerated comedy?
Yes. Well, I mean, there's a few different sources of that. One of them is that, I mean, I love those kind of movies that all take place in one day, like Nashville, Do the Right Thing, Days of Confused, or Nashville's 1 week, but just the compressed timeline that makes things feel cinematic. And I also thought summer camp feels like that in real life. In summer camp, there's so much teen energy and drama, and you're there with your friends 24/7, and there's no parents or anything. So it has this condensed, dense feel to it. Like relationships can begin and middle and end all in one day, and that happens all the time. And every day feels like a year. So there's that. And then also, when the first few passes at the script were about the whole summer, and then at a certain point we were like, maybe we could just squeeze this all into one day. And then we were like, well, but that wouldn't make sense. We're like, so what? And so we just sort of rejigger it. So some of that was the result of the comedy that comes out of having done that. And then yes, I did I think that's movies in general are more fun the more you compress things anyway. And so I've had fun kind of playing around with that over the years.
When you are set in kind of like one location, it feels like you could be kind of like stuck in one mindset. Now, how do you like break out of that as opposed to like whipping up like, just idea?
What I think works about Wet Hot American Summer for me is that it's all the different characters and ideas. There's a variety of different types of people, different kinds of storylines, different stuff going on, but it's all very cohesively brought together by a specific time, a specific place, and a specific thing, which is summer camp, and so it gives you the license to then jump around to different types of things happening. And I like that kind of movie,
So between all of these events that you're getting people back together for Wet Hot, including like now you have Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band where you're doing shows and you're bringing in cast members from Wet Hot and having them do little bits on stage. How difficult is it to get all of these people back together? Are people basically like jumping at the chance to, oh, David Wain's calling me, I got to show up?
The miracle was getting everybody together for Netflix because we really did get the entire cast in there. And that was wild. Like that was just like an incredibly challenging and fun, but like nutty process to figure out a way to get every single person in there somewhere. And then for all these other sidebar things, the reunions and stuff, we get just some tiny portion of people, whoever's around and interested. And so, the stakes are much lower when you're doing some show
at Irving Plaza, which I saw you at. It was great.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, that was just super fun having Gideon Jacobs there recreating that Molly Shannon scene. And we had the Cape Boy, Gabe Millman, and Zach Orth.
On the bongos.
We got a nice showing of cast at that. That we basically, to explain to the audience, the band is me and Ken Marino have like a dad band that plays covers. And somehow we got to the point where we're like touring around the country and stuff. And so we did a bunch of shows that were in the tribute to the Wet Hot anniversary. And so we had Wet Hot cast members involved. And we did a bunch of music from the show and stuff. And then I'm not sure when this goes up on the air, but on Saturday the 8th, we're doing a huge event here in LA where we're having an outdoor screening and the band's playing and stuff.
That's very fun.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I saw that coming up. Does it feel like everything's kind of coming to a head for you between like Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band and Wet Hot having its 25th anniversary and Gail Daughtry coming out and all of these things kind of colliding at once? You must be very busy.
Well, it's definitely been an incredibly high visibility season for me, for sure. I've done more press and had more sort of outside attention than probably ever in my life, yes. Which is, it's nice, but I look forward to sort of getting back to work at some point.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, it's the coincidence of all that stuff has been a lot in a cool way.
I went to see Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass with my husband pretty much, I think, as soon as it came out because we were like, we've got to check this out. And
I'm so glad.
there was a particular, this is going to be a spoiler for anyone who didn't see it probably, but there's a cameo of Paul Rudd at the end where he just sort of is mugging to camera. And we're both wondering, like, is that just because anyone who sees one of your films is assuming Paul Rudd is going to be a part of it at this point, so you just had to stick him in?
Paul Rudd has been my good luck charm and has been in one form or another in every movie that I've ever done. And we couldn't break that streak. And then also because one of the running motifs of this particular movie is that there's a bunch of celebrity cameos that just come up throughout. It was actually in the script exactly as it is. It was just sort of, we're like, and then they all gathered for the wedding and randomly Paul Rudd is there and doesn't say anything.
With all the other cameos that you have, how difficult or how easy is it to pull those people in?
It was really shocking the number of people that we went to as a first and only choice who were like, sure, let's figure it out. And we were also very accommodating to say, we called whoever, Henry Winkler and said, can you do this? And he's like, okay, but it would have to be next Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. And we're like, great, we'll figure it out. And so and that's what we did. I'm used to that with Wet Hot and Children's Hospital and everything when you're on the low budget side of things and you're nobody's first priority, but you can work around them and know they'll have fun and get them in and out. And then, then we're able to get a lot of people, which was great. And, it's calling in favors from, people that I've crossed paths with over decades now and just saying, hey, would you mind coming in and doing this thing?
Your movies have like a feel like there's a lot of improv happening, but from what I understand, like everything's tightly, like the dialogue is tightly crafted, all that kind of stuff. And then there's of course like the production schedule to keep in mind. Is there like a formula that you found, like how to get that feel in there, or like when you can find like this might be a good spot to allow for some improv to happen?
It's not so much that. I think that just the style of the way we write, whether it's me and Ken or me and Michael or whatever, like it just I think it's just part of the humor. It has a certain improvised feel to it. But in the majority, I would say it is more like figured out on the page and like scripted, and we'll do table reads, and we're very excited about input and thoughts. And then also actors can and do improv all the time on set, but just probably a lot less than it might seem like, and maybe less than in other ways, other directors' versions of it. But we're more traditional, like this is what the script is, let's get the script. And then it's not like saying there's room for improv here, but there's always, if you want to throw something in, let's see what happens. And then I might be like, hey, don't throw that thing in,
We didn't like that one.
Yeah. But I've worked on other sets where it's much more like, so here's what it says on the page, but obviously who cares about that? Let's just start riffing, and I'm not into that so much for myself.
There's a couple of moments. The one that stands out for me, of course, is in They Came Together in the bar, when it's repeating that it's just the repetition, or I believe in Gale, there's a moment too with the foot in the door. For moments like that, is it just like a gut thing of like, let's do this and let's get a bunch of takes and we'll kind of figure it out in the edit?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, in They Came Together, you can say that again. The gist of what it was the idea that we shot, but then we had various test screenings to figure out, just where our gut landed on how many times to go. Similarly with the foot in the door. We also had there's a joke in Gale Daughtry where they're running down staircase in the hotel, and each floor they go down is literally the same shot over and over again, just with a different number VFX'd to the wall.
Nice.
That's so great. Oh my God.
And They Came Together also is literally the same shot repeated over. Yeah.
Right.
The bar scene.
That's smart to make the number be VFX. Then you go, okay, how many times? We could just do, it's the same shot.
Right.
Yeah. We could do 12.
Right.
Like,
and we did try that.
That one didn't
It's
go
also
as well.
the same. It's also the same music score and sounds all repeating exactly.
Yep. So great. Oh my God.
There's a lot of fun in Gale Daughtry. You'll see there's a lot of things that you can't possibly see the first time. Like there's some fun little details all over the place.
nice.
I want to jump around a little bit, but just the details and stuff. I was mentioning to these guys earlier. I was rewatching They Came Together earlier today, and
nice.
the last 5 minutes of the movie or so, like at the Brooklyn Promenade, there's so much stuff happening at the same time that there's things it cracked me up watching it the first time, and then rewatching this morning. There's just a question, a very specific thing I just want to ask you because I have the opportunity. Sorry. Chris Maloney's character is just hugging Amy Poehler's sister from behind. Like they've never met before at any point in the movie up to this point. Like
Correct.
A decision like this, like, is this just something that like, oh, this could be funny. Let's just go ahead and do this. And then,
yeah, pretty much.
My God,
we're just like, oh, I mean that it cracks me up just because a lot of what I find funny in general is just like, oh, that's a thing now. Okay. I can't exactly, that might've been Christopher Maloney's idea, or it might've been mine or Michael Shalder's. I don't know. That actress was at that time my wife, actually.
I just went with it.
I love the description of like, oh, that's a thing that's okay, great.
Yeah,
it speaks to such a like. Yeah, everyone in this room likes that joke a lot. The idea of, oh, we're doing that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sometimes I'm writing with Ken, and something will just come out, and we'll be like, oh yeah, and then it's like, wait, what?
Did we set that up? No, okay.
And that is expressed in a moment at the end of Gail Daughtry, where the fiance, jilted groom, played by Michael Cassidy, sees spoiler, them going up in a balloon, and he just goes, what the fuck is going on? Always makes me happy when I see that.
I love that.
And he does it so well.
There's another kind of, not theme, or this is a recurring thing that I love in your movies, is that there's like a build up to like a big payoff. It's not necessarily like the main plot of any of the movies, and then it's intentionally like under delivered. Like an example would be, just from watching They Came Together, Paul Rudd's wants to open a coffee shop. It's like his dream. And then at the end, a cup of Joel is just like a crappy table with like two clearly like barely filled coffee jugs and everything.
Right.
Or
like the orange. Yeah,
right. Or another example would be in Wanderlust, when Jason Thro's character sells a commune. It's a big plot point, and it's just for $11,000, which is a hilariously specific number.
Or the baseball game in Wet Hot American Summer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Is that just like you guys love that sort of payoff?
I have never thought about those three things that you just mentioned to be like of a piece, but and I think that's just the way, all these like motifs or predilections that I have as a filmmaker, like they just are there. They're not like, this is my thing,
Right.
They just come out.
Yeah,
Taste
there's
wise.
a moment for
that.
that.
There are things that are like, this is my thing, like saying the name Jim Stansel, or
yeah,
a little more deliberate.
It's personally one of my favorite types of jokes. There's a similar thing. Just we're huge Simpsons fans. There's an episode of Simpsons where it's very much like Lord of the Flies. And at the end, they kind of like wrap it up. It's not quite the same, but it's a similar sort of like underwhelming ending to it.
Yeah.
Where they're like, and the boys were saved by, let's say, Mo. Like they just kind of throw that in at the end.
I remember that.
Kind of wraps it up in a
Well, I was just thinking about, because I just started watching The Jerk with my son. And I don't know if you remember when it's like, we got rid of the old house and we got him a new one. And then it's literally they go, and then it's a shot of the same house.
Yeah.
Just like maybe zoomed in a little bit like that.
Yeah. I love it. It's so perfect.
That is just genius to me.
Speaking of watching things with your son, I was actually wondering, at what point do you show him Wet Hot American Summer? Do you wait for him to be of like high school age? Because now he's going into college.
The one that I really thought hard about is, when do they get to see the Stella shorts?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that could be very traumatic to see your dad doing some of those things. When the pandemic hit, my kids were in 7th and 4th grade, I guess. And there was an element of COVID, which was like, whatever.
Yep.
Fuck it. I mean, like, up until then, we had like, Tuesday is no screen day in our house and whatever. And then the COVID are like, smoke them if you got them. But I just think at different points, it just has felt like, oh, we could watch this. Now it's at the point, my kids are teenagers, and I'm like begging them to watch. I'm like, you've never seen The 10. I really want you to watch this movie that I made. And they're like, not tonight, Dad. Some other time. But I will say, my younger son, I got to give him, he recently has taken a deeper interest in really certain. He really likes some of the stuff, and we sat down and watched all of Weenie Days together and all of Children's Hospital, and he saw Gail Daughtry many, many, many times. And so it's cool. It's coming out in theaters again the next week,
nice.
Apparently.
Oh, nice.
Like it sort of dissolved out of theaters, and now it's coming back for a little few more or something. I don't know.
Cool.
Great.
Definitely check it out if you haven't.
So it's on like pre-order for streaming too, or digital release as well.
Yes, it comes out on Tuesday digital, and you can pre-order now.
Nice.
GailDaughtry.com.
we're an animation studio, and from the Lying Rhino segment in the 10, which is fantastic, which was done by Augenblick Studios. Have you thought about like getting into animation? I mean, just from like the ability to kind of do whatever absurd sort of world that you could build?
I've actually I worked on a big development of a series with Augenblick, actually, which was really cool. It was called Cartoon Show, and it was like this whole universe of people who do like they produce cartoons, but they are cartoons, you know, and it was really cool. And we developed it quite a bit, and just never, as with most things, it just didn't happen. And then I've done some others too. I actually had another one, which was an actual late night talk show, like a real late night talk show, but also fully animated.
Oh, that's so cool.
And that I worked on with 80 Miles, actually. And but the answer is I would love to. I love animation. I would love to do. There's so many things I'd love to do.
Speaking of other things that you've done, there's this little play that you wrote with Michael Showalter and Jolo Truglio called Sex, aka Wieners and Boobs, which was pre-Wet Hot American Summer.
We met Paul Rudd because he came to see that play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was a particular thing. We were in New York, and we had a lot of friends who were actors, and some of them ran this theater company called Clubbed Thumb in New York, and they had a theater festival, like a new plays festival coming up in a week. And so they said, one of the plays fell apart. Can you guys come in and just do like a comedy night or something? Because we have the space that night. And we're like, no, it's a play festival. We're going to put up a play. This was like on a Monday, and the play was opening on the Friday or something. And so they're like, well, you can't write a play from scratch and put it up. Like, yes, we can.
Absolutely, you can.
And so me and Michael and Joe like wrote this play as fast as we could type. And then we got friends together and rehearsed it and did it that Friday and it's very meta. And in the play, it's mentioned how fast we wrote it and so, and then, but it's, that's what happened, and it was great. And then since then, it's been published and it's been actually performed many times.
Yes, I've actually been in a production of it. I was at
No
WPI.
way.
Yeah, at WPI, Worcester Polytech, with an improv group, Kilroy. We came across Sex, aka Wieners and Boobs, because everybody was a huge fan of so much of your work. And
oh my God.
We ordered it and we got it in and we put up a production, and it was so much fun. I was a theater major at the time and doing a bunch of other stuff, but doing this production with improv friends was like one of the highlights of
oh my goodness,
college for me.
Makes me so happy to hear that. Oh my goodness. We did it a few different times after that original one, and it was always such a blast. So yeah,
that's
awesome.
Amazing. Well, thanks again, David. This is a real treat getting to actually talk to you and ask you all these questions and kind of nerd out a bit about some of our
I got to say, it flew by. I was worried about 45 minutes, just like, getting super bored, but I was the opposite. We had a nice time.
All right, great.
Good
to know. So definitely go see Wet Hot American Summer, re-release in theaters August 14th.
Go see Gail Daughtry right now in your home or in the theater.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks again, David. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much,
so
guys.
much.
Take care.
I saw that Danny McBride is writing a G.I. Joe movie.
Oh,
but it's like
really?
It's completely serious. It's like him and his writing partner. I think his writing partner. I guess he's a huge fan, and there's like a comic that he's basing it off around, where there's like a town that is secretly, like, everybody in the town is secretly Cobra.
Is Cobra?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, all right. I'd be into it if it was like a weird comedic twist on it anyway. But I like Danny McBride. The stuff like in Gemstones, it's a comedy, but there's like they're very good at like dramatic moments too, and there's like a lot of like action, surprisingly, in that series. So it'll be super interesting. I know nothing else about it, but I thought that was like out of the blue.
That sounds cool. Good for G.I. Joe. They could use the help. Because for some reason, cinematically, they just can't. I mean, they've never released a movie that's either been in theaters or deserved to be in theaters. So, I don't know. because those last two movies, woof.
Yeah, they're both terrible. Yeah. I was trying to think of.
And Snake Eyes. I forgot about Snake Eyes. I didn't see Snake Eyes.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it because that was like the third one, or like right or something. Doesn't
it was
matter.
the third. It had to have been after like Bruce Willis was in one, and it was like,
oh God, right?
Yeah, remember that?
I forgot about that.
He's just sleepwalking through that movie. Just like, okay.
I love like
we know why, but still
the bold decision that they had to walk back like immediately. It was like killing Channing Tatum like in the first 5 minutes of the second one. They're like, sorry, we'll bring it back. Here.
Yeah.
Reshoots.
Sorry, he's just too expensive. He doesn't want to be here. He contractually is obligated to be here, and so we killed him in the first 5 minutes so he could go. Wish to be Gambit.
Oh shit! Then, I totally forgot. I meant to hang on a second.
Forgot to
Yay!
Ooh.
I meant to plug it in, but I got all distracted with David Wain. So, there we go.
Yes.
It lights up. I didn't plug it in and charge it up.
Oh, is that how it charges up? You don't have to put like 12 AA batteries into it?
No, there's like a little USB guy around or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Courtesy of Sal. So there's a package came to the studio, and it was it Parker? Or wait, Ultra Magnus.
It was addressed to Rodimus Prime.
Rodimus Prime. That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, that's right. I was like, that's right, because I joked that I'm glad I wasn't Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnus. You'd get it for a minute, and then someone has to kill you and take it away from you.
Right. That was one of the moments. The second swear, like the lesser swear. Damn it!
Yes.
Open up. And then it gets exploded.
Like, oh. They said, damn.
I know.
In a Transformers movie.
Spikes.
I'm glad you got it.
Yeah,
I was
thank you.
When I saw it, I was like, holy shit, I know exactly. Like, immediately, I was like, I know who needs this.
Yeah. I'm glad it opened up.
Natures of leadership.
I can, I'm the leader now.
That's right.
It made me want to do, I'm sure there's a parody or joke about it. Like, it's for 100 people would like it.
Worth it.
Yeah. I was honest.
so.
I was like, what's the easiest way I could do this stupid joke? Because it's just living in Optimus Prime's like chest, which is like the driver's seat's like right there. So like he transforms and like Spike gets in and there's just that thing right there, like next to him. And then he's like, don't touch that. It's highly radioactive. And then Spike goes,
don't touch that. Yeah. Hey, Prime, is this safe? Yeah, I never noticed this giant glowing, emanating. It's kind of hot. You didn't touch it, did you?
kind
I've
of.
been leaning against it. I don't know, off and on for 20 years. Oh yeah, you're not planning on having kids, are you? I don't know, maybe. No, that wasn't a question.
No.
You're not planning on having kids because it's not going to work out.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Not unless you want your kids to be robots.
Anything you wanted to do in the next 15 minutes? I think your time's running out. I'm sorry.
Exactly. You've got the sea.
Oh my God! I realized
dark.
I've been hyped about the re-release of Transformers the movie. It's like September 17th, around there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's coinciding with a trip that me and Holly are taking.
Oh no!
I'm like, how mad would Holly be if I was like one day of the trip?
If you made her go.
We're gonna go.
Or you
Steve.
left her to go see it
Oh
on
my
your own.
God! Yeah, that's divorce material right there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Priorities are all out of whack.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. My wife reached out to me. Speaking of like seeing movies, particularly second run movies, but like Tiffany reached out to me the other day while I was like doing something, and she was like, "Hey, are any of these movies like there's a in the city they're doing New York City they're doing like a bunch of like 70 millimeter releases, and a couple of them like we're already going to see the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie and the Karate Kid." And I was like, cool, And then she's like, uh-oh, there's a couple more. And I was like, oh, well, like, maybe we can see one or two of them. And I'm like, well, which ones are they? And so she sends me this, like, list. And the list is just like, I can't keep going to the city to see these movies. Like, I want, how do you, it was like Kill Bill, the whole thing. Like the edit that Tarantino did of like all of both movies at once. Terminator 2. I was like,
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit 2. But there were so many. I was like, I have to say no to all of it, or I'm going to say yes to all of it.
Right.
This is outrageous how many great movies there are. Aliens was in there, I think. It was just like,
jeez,
stop.
And then she says, I got tickets to all of them.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, but that's going to cost like $200 to go to all these movies because of like the ticket price plus like the trip to the city. Because I'll be damned if I drive in. Like, I'll take the bus. Yeah, I'm trying to find all of them, but I don't see the list. She sent me just like banger after banger after banger, and I'm like, no, I can't do this.
That's a pretty
my cup runneth
amazing
over.
lineup.
I know.
Just
I was like,
ones you
this
named.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay, it was Aliens, Blade Runner, Die Hard, the Kill Bill reshoot, Batman '89, and Fellowship of the Ring. I'm
Jesus.
like, whoa! She's like, you want to see one of these? I'm like, oh, one?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Are you kidding me? In 70 millimeter? And it's like, one is this weekend. Another is the next weekend. Another is the following weekend.
Yeah.
Another is the weekend after that. I'm like, stop!
Damn. That theater
Cancel
knows
all
what
my
they're
plans
doing.
for months.
I know.
Yeah, this is up until the September 6th. I'm like,
Jeez.
no. And it's like a movie theater the way it used to be. So like, it's just first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have like the worst seats ever to see this movie.
Right.
Because I'm not like, I always used to be like, I was like, I'm a cinephile. I want to make movies. I want to shoot movies. I want to like eat, breathe, and live movies. I watch all these movies. I am not. When you compare me to cinephiles, like, when I was at Con, I was talking to two people. One was my like roommate at the time that was staying with me, who's like a co-host that I occasionally work with, and the other one is like a coordinator for talent at like, you know, for comic writers. And these guys just were like, "Did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see that?" And I'm like, "I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about." And I'm like, "How do you have a child? When did you see these movies?" Like, you know, and that's how they talk to each other. They didn't say, they were just like, "Did you see this?" And then they gave their review as their response. And then he asked what movie he saw, and then he gave his response. And sometimes they'd also say where they saw the movie, because of course the movie isn't playing at like the local AMC. It's playing in some city or some borough. It's just like, you know, some dive bar. Like, oh yeah, they're only going to show like the 70 millimeter cut of, you know, Death to Smoochie at this closed Irish bar, which I would go see because I love Death to Smoochie. But,
It's a great movie.
my God.
I have it on
Yeah.
DVD.
me too. It came out on Blu-ray finally about 2 months ago.
Oh, really?
I was like, 2 months ago?
Jeez.
What were
Yeah,
they
'cause
waiting for?
I know.
Oh, they were. Oh, no, it had to be prestige made. It was made by like some company that like makes special like Blu-rays because like no one else, because the studio that owns it doesn't give a flying fuck. And it's just yeah, I was like, no, I don't. I want 4K. What is this? They're like, you don't want a 4K of Death to Smoochie. You want to see Robin Williams just sweating through that whole movie.
Yes, I do.
And I'm like, yes, I do. That's what I'm paying for. That's the experience.
Oh man. Speaking of great movies, we watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 this
I
past
saw
week
that. Yes.
on Bad Movie Night.
You mislabeled it as Bad Movie Night. I don't know. until you foolishly included the trailer where I was like reminded of how horrible that movie is.
Crazy. It was like 45 minutes in at least. And I'm like, they haven't fought anybody yet. Nothing's happened.
No, they can't. Oh no, that's not what the Ninja Turtles are for anymore.
No.
The parents groups have gotten involved. It's over.
Yeah. There were so many things, like we were talking about it afterwards, where like half of the stuff that happened in there didn't either make any sense or there's no payoff or just didn't need to happen at all. Like the whole second half, like the transferring. So AJ, I don't give a shit. But like they travel back to like feudal Japan. And like, but in doing so, they have to like body swap people basically. So like
They got to trade places.
Yeah, they got to trade
like,
places. Yeah.
So they send feudal Japanese like countryside members into like 1994 New York, and they go to feudal Japan.
Yeah. That whole
Feudal
the Switch
Japan
part
loves turtles.
doesn't need to happen at all. It was just like a third of the movie or less is like in the sewer. They never show outside New York ever. So
No.
it's all in the sewer.
They can't afford to.
Yeah, exactly. And like there's just like 4 Japanese dudes and Casey Jones and the top half of Splinter.
Only the top half.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this movie in a very long time, but like, can you confirm for me? Because like they keep him in the subway car.
Yep.
I like almost vividly recall he almost looks like they went like
Yeah, pretty much. There's
like,
a point.
he
Yeah,
doesn't like where he's
yeah.
like they just lifted the puppet into the frame.
Yep.
As opposed to him just like naturally either being in frame or like climbing into frame. He just
Just
this is where the puppet is now.
Yep. It's always like in that subway car or like just behind some. It's like when like a woman is pregnant on a show and they have to like kind of hide the
She has books or a big
it's
a
like
big
unflattering
bag.
dress.
yeah. But he's always behind something. Clearly the bottom half, and like we were joking, like even the back of his head is just like exposed foam and whatever. Like
because it's just wires and shit shooting out of there, like trying to move his eyes. Yeah, that you can also see their eyes because they had these horrible cutouts that didn't exist in the previous version. It was just like, you could see when Jim Henson's Creature Shop exited the fucking franchise.
Yep.
Like it was Ninja Turtles 3.
We're
stark
done now.
difference. Yeah.
Just like, can we still make a Ninja Turtles movie even though we don't have a budget for a Ninja Turtles movie? Like, we have a budget for 3 Ninjas 4, but we don't have it, but we're making Ninja Turtles instead. Like, we can still make puppet. Like, are you kidding? They have to hold up. Like, Michelangelo has to fall off a horse.
Oh my God. I know. Some of the stunts, like when they chose to do stunts or whatever, it's just very confusing. But like, so it just seemed like safety wasn't their top priority for a lot of this stuff. Like one of them goes into a burning like house built like hut.
Yeah.
That seems like it got away from them. Like it was super on fire. It seems super fucking dangerous.
Super dangerous. Yes.
There's just this poor guy, like I'm assuming he could barely fucking see in a turtle suit, going into that, going straight into like the craziest looking part of the fire, and then like jumping out or whatever later on. But I was like, that dude is just doesn't. I would hope that guy doesn't even know the building's on fire. Like you just can't see anything out of the mask. It's the only way you would agree to do that thing. But very bad movie. Terrible movie.
Super bad. Yes, it's horrible. That movie.
Crazy.
I hate it. I'll never forgive it. It was the movie where, as a kid, it was the first movie I saw where I found out they could make bad movies. I was like,
that's rough.
Oh, but this was bad. I know movies cost a lot. Didn't you know this was bad? Like making it like the first 2 weeks and stop?
Crazy.
I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, wait, you just keep going? You just keep making the bad movie? Like it's not like there's one part that really worked and that was the thing you shot first.
I wasn't sure if I had seen it as a kid. Like I vividly remember parts of the second one, and then I was like, probably just because of Vanilla Ice, honestly. But like, then I was like, I don't know if I've seen the third. Like I knew it took place in like Japan, but like I was just like vaguely wherever. I'm like, we'll watch it, and then like I'm sure some stuff will kick in, but I did not see it. So I was like, what happened in my taste during that time? Because I was like, love the second one, whatever, anything turtles. The third one is more turtles. It's in Japan. My mom's Japanese. I'm like, yeah, sure, great. This is made for me. But I definitely did not see it. So I don't know what like kept me away from that movie. I'm kind of glad.
Incredible.
Yeah,
yeah, that's weird. Yes, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, see it, but watch the commentary available on Patreon.com/Dorkly.
Thank you very much. All right, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks again to David Wain. Go check out, if you haven't seen Wet Hot American Summer for whatever reason in your life, you have to please watch it.
Go see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I am going to have to try to see it in the theaters because I just feel like it's going to be a fun experience.
Yeah.
I got to say, like, going to see Middle Aged Dad Jam Band was really fun in New York City at Irving Plaza because everyone there was a fan. And you could just tell, like, there was like no greater feeling than being in a venue where everyone is singing higher and higher. And you're just like, they're playing the montage music and everyone is just like psyched about it. It was like, there was like electricity in the air. It was so much fun.
That's awesome. I know. When he mentioned, like, when he kind of first realized that it was a cult hit, and people were like watching it in the theater and like dressed up
costume,
in costume.
Yeah,
there's got to be a lot of that in the theaters for this re-release, I'm sure.
I hope so. Dan wanted to go, like, he was like, we should cosplay at the jam band concert. And I was like, absolutely not. We're not doing that. And he was like, come on. And then, like, right before we left, he was like, oh, I'm going to go get my moose. Because, like, there's this one point where Janeane Garofalo is trying to get sexy and the girl, like, puts moose in her hair. And he was like, I'm going to bring the moose for Janeane Garofalo because she was there. And I was like, you're not going to bring moose. That's not there's no way we're getting anywhere near the stage. No one's gonna get this.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's super.
The worst is making a reference to someone from the reference you're making, not getting the reference.
Yeah.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Janeane Garofalo was great, though. She was up on stage and she had a clipboard and she was like acting as though she was still the camp director. And she was like chastising the audience, saying like, hey, you guys, like, you're here. She listed off like, must have been like 45 different terms for like various sex acts and was just saying like, you can't do these things here. No Cleveland steamers, no this, no that, no the other thing. And she just like went on and on. And then at one point she stopped and Ken Marino jumped in and said a couple of them and like somebody else did too. And then she went back and said some more. It was really funny.
That's awesome. Shit. I love it that like it's like a show and like being super into it and like that extra comedy element to it. That's super fun.
Yeah.
It was worth seeing. And they had the guy who plays the Cape Boy, like the D&D guy, was there and he was playing the bongos. And the guy who's gets married to Molly Shannon at the end, the kid Gideon Jacobs, he was there, and they did this whole bit where David Wain was saying like, you know, his son is going to college and he's really sad, and so Gideon Jacobs came up and like was giving him a back rub and was like, "It's gonna be okay, man," like just consoling him, and he referenced that a little bit, but that was like the whole bit that he did. It was really fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I had so many more questions. I had so many more things I wanted to say. It was his birthday this past week on Saturday. It was his birthday. I wanted to be like, happy birthday, but also like, that's weird to say to a celebrity.
Right. Listen, if his birthday's on IMDb, he's not a private person anymore.
I guess so.
Right, exactly.
There's no like good response to that other than like, okay, thank you. Like, you stalked me. This is super awkward.
Oh, man. So that's all I got, guys. You guys got anything to plug? Besides Wet Hot American Summer?
Wet Hot American Summer, Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass when it comes back out.
Yep.
Go see that. Go see it streaming. It's so much fun. There's so many cameos. People show up and you're just like, this is great. It's really fun.
Nice.
All right, take us out.
We like you and we hope you like us.
Sal, I'm assuming you saw Spider-Man.
I saw Spider-Man. Talk about that for a second. It's the #1 movie ever made or something. So
really,
we don't need to do it.
I do want to see it. I just haven't had the time, or maybe I have had the time. I'm like, I don't want to sit next to somebody.
I don't blame you. Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Wait until there's less people going. Just see a matinee on a Tuesday or something.
I know that was literally. I was like, where's my morning like?